Okay, so I'm gonna be doing this pretty quick, and hopefully the mic is actually capturing the audio for this thing. But I just wanted to make this really quick because I'm going through all of these stories within Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. As you can see, so far I have been able to complete all of Goku's. I believe I've been able to complete all of Piccolo's, all of Future Trunks, all of Frieza, and I just completed Goku Black. I haven't done Jiren. I've done a little bit of Vegeta and I haven't done Gohan. So I don't necessarily know if they're going to be as dumb as this was, but I swear doing Goku Black's story was getting me so frustrated just from like the lack of information I could find online. There's a lot of videos actually that were talking about it, but a lot of videos had really poor explanations. And obviously I'm super late. I just want to give my gripes about this, just because of this section right here. I was really confused because as you can see, there's like so many different what ifs for this character, and it's really hard to compile a video. I think I was just gonna do a video on this what if because it's pretty cool. But moving even up here, like this entire section here was such a mind trip to actually do. And the reason why for me it was so difficult to do is because a lot of these, just like all the other what ifs, it's time gated. But the thing about it for me was the fact that I was doing it basically wrong in regards to the time lapse. So a lot of these have to do with like defeating the enemies quickly, which I believe going up to this one up here, like responsibility as a god, you're supposed to defeat them really quick. And then obviously once you actually merge in, when you actually fuse into merge Zamasu and you face off against Vegito, I think you're able to defeat him really quick, and that's how you get this ending, right? So for a lot of players who are going through this, you do a lot of the same things. And as well as probably as you've seen from my videos, the thing that I do is I usually go to spark, and then I do what they call the back shots, where you're just kind of spamming the attacks, and then you kind of hit them up, charge up your sparking, rinse and repeat to beat them fast. The thing about this what if scenario though, these two, if you want to lead it to this one right here, right? If you want to lead into this one, or like from this one, the Ultimate Fusion, to this one of Sin Gods and Punishment, or even when you go up here, right? When you go up here, Responsibility as a God, to move over to this one, these two are time gated, but they're not time gated in the way of defeating enemies quick. The thing that you have to do with these two is you have to basically play the game super slow. So the thing about this one, like if you go from the Ultimate Fusion up to this one, which is Responsibility as a God, to get to the other one where it says transform and defeat an enemy, you basically have to play the game really slow up to a point where I don't know if it's time gated or HP gated, but I think you get to a certain point within this actual mission that when you get like lower health, you turn into like the corrupted Zamasu. And once you turn into corrupted Zamasu and you win, that's how you get to this ending over here. Same thing goes for this one. To go from the Ultimate Fusion down to this one, which is Sin, Gods, and Punishment, you basically have to play where you just get to a certain amount of health, or not even health, because I think if you actually run out of health, you die. So this one you actually have to play the game really slow. So you have to, I think you have to beat Vegeta, and then Vegeta transfers over to Goku, and you have to beat him so slow that you'll go to this side. Because if you beat him too quickly, you'll go up here. But if you defeat him really slow, you go over here. I wish I had a gameplay to show you guys the difference. But the thing about me when it comes to this section, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit more just because it makes no sense as to like what is fast and what is slow. And I know a lot of people have made the complaints about the fact that it doesn't really give you a timer. Like I wish instead of it being like the infinite timer, it actually gives you like 180 seconds or like the 240, whatever you really need. Or I wish it was a bit more specific as to like if you're beating someone fast, like how fast should it be? Because I know I got stumped with a lot of what ifs so far where it's like you have to defeat an enemy quick, but it doesn't necessarily tell you how fast. Especially for these that you have to actually go really slow to get to these points, because I guess you're supposed to get to a point where like the characters get frustrated and it leads to these what ifs. So yeah, so like I mentioned for this one, you basically have to defeat Vegeta and Goku. You could defeat Vegeta pretty quickly, but for me what I did is when I got to the Goku, I just played the game normally without using sparking, so that way the match could kind of get drawn out, but don't die, because if you have to die then you restart. I kind of learned that the hard way. And then this one up here, to get to this point, to go to the transform and defeat an enemy, you basically have to get to like a certain HP level. And then I know for a lot of people, they're kind of wondering how you get the trophy for this what if. So right here, when it comes to sin, gods, and punishment, this is another one where you have to play the slow game because I believe you go up against Vegito first. So you have to basically go through Vegito as slowly as you can, or I think your HP also drops. So you gotta manage both at the same time. And then once that happens, Trunks or future Trunks will pop up. And the one thing you have to do is actually play the slow game again, where you get Trunks to a certain health bar, I think, or you have to like basically almost wipe his entire health bar completely. And when he does that, he will actually do his finishing move, which is like the Sword of Hope. The thing to get the trophy is you have to let that move actually hit you. So basically, you have to withstand Vegito. Trunks comes out, and Trunks has to hit that ultimate and kill you in order to get the completion for Goku Black. I didn't know what to do because I was going through the game. Like, I think I was either beating Trunks or I was dodging the attack, and then it wouldn't lead to anything. But to get like the overall ending to this actual arc, you have to make sure that he hits you with the final sword, which, like I mentioned, it really, really sucks because you have to play the slow game. You have to grind out these characters while managing your own health because if you die too early, you have to restart. And this one specifically, it's like you really have to fight the long game with Vegito, and then you have to get to Trunks, managing your HP to not to die early, as well as managing his HP. And once he brings out the attack, you have to make sure the attack lands you, because if he misses that attack, you basically have to keep on grinding until he gets it again. So overall, this was like a complete mind trip in regards to doing. It took me so much longer than I thought it was going to be, and it's just so bad. And I hate how a lot of people within the internet weren't really kind of giving you guys the details. I know there's like one or two videos that went into depth as to how to do it, but they weren't really like sharing. They're just kind of showing cutscenes. And then there's like a YouTuber who was just like, oh, if you get here, put it on easy, and when you put it on easy, you'll get here. But they don't necessarily tell you what to do. So like I'm mentioning, for this one, you basically have to get to a certain amount of HP to get the transformation. So you basically don't defeat the enemies fast, get your HP low enough, and then defeat the enemies. And then for this one, play the slow game to get this one. And once you get this one, make sure that you play the slow game for Trunks to pop up, and you have to make sure that Trunks hits you with the Sword of Hope to finally unlock everything. At the end of the day, it was really fun playing as Goku Black. I probably will be uploading like the other stuff that had to do with this character, but man, it was just it's so bad. Like hopefully, like I mentioned, I haven't touched any of these other characters. I heard that Jiren's story is a bit complicated too, so I'm pretty sure I'll be playing him next. But I'm having really fun doing this, but this one in and of itself was just was so frustrating. But hopefully, hearing my frustration, or even you guys who haven't done it, if you're starting it, hopefully that's a bit more of a clear picture. But I'm gonna keep on doing these other ones, and hopefully they're not as hard, and if they are, hopefully I'm able to explain them a bit better as well. So thank you guys so much. Hopefully this little rant helped, but hopefully you guys are able to get through this a lot smoother than I did.